What's going on, everyone? I'm Encore. This is Tomorrow Never Comes. And today's big news is all about Elon Musk and Tesla. And so funny because it seems like Musk is always in the news. Whether he's trying to buy Twitter or announces that he's going to buy Twitter and then reneges on the deal and now is going to court for it, or it's about buying Bitcoin with Tesla and then selling it because of energy concerns and holding some and now selling some more. So there's always something with Musk. And look, I think he's got 80 million plus followers on Twitter or something like that. So definitely not a lightweight when it comes to the influence department. And that's just, on social media, let alone those in the actual business world who he influences. It's crazy. But here's always the interesting thing, and I saw this quite a bit on Twitter when people were clamoring for Musk to take over Twitter for freedom of speech and create a whole decentralized platform and allow freedom of speech and all this stuff about pretty much putting him on a pedestal. And look, he's done some amazing things. There's no bones about that. And I don't hate on the guy for any of his opinions or anything like that. Well, I won't say I don't ever, but definitely he's a human being. So he's going to have moments where he changes his mind. It's all well and good. But here's the thing. What I do have a problem with is how extreme the public gets. So when he goes off on Bitcoin saying it's not energy efficient, which was, that's this whole energy inefficiency or energy consumption issue has been debunked time and time again. I mean, for God's sakes, our clothes dryers use more energy than Bitcoin mining overall. So, and no one's out trying to ban dryers, right? But having said that, you would think someone who had purchased 1.5 billion worth or whatever he did at the time, he would have looked into that before. So for him to circle back on that, he's a smart guy, obviously, so it just didn't ring true for me. But he did all of that, the market's tanked, all that kind of stuff. And so then here we have this guy who will do things as he should for his company, and he's not really out there pushing blockchain and Bitcoin. I mean, he's a Doge guy, and we're going to go over this article a little bit here. When you can see right here, it says in the second quarter, Tesla sold 936 million worth of Bitcoin, but they still hold their Doge. I mean, it doesn't even matter if you sell your Doge; it's not worth anything. So I don't begrudge that because you're not going to make anything off of selling Doge. But getting back to the point, it's always funny on Twitter that everyone wants, hey, get Musk to buy Twitter, free speech, this and that, and they tend to forget all the stuff that he does, such as selling Bitcoin and doing things to kind of make others look at what he's doing and say, well, this is why we're not in crypto. I mean, it's so funny to me. So anyways, having said all of that, all right, he was gone on to report in his Q2 earnings that Tesla has sold 75% of their Bitcoin and then converted it into fiat, paper money. Now, the interesting thing here, you guys can go on to read this, and there's so many articles on here, is that he's saying we're still open to increasing our Bitcoin holdings in the future. This was more about being liquid with all the stuff that's happening in China. They don't know, when things will kind of resolve, so they wanted to have cash reserves, and the best way for them to do that was to sell off their Bitcoin. So that seems to be the entire reason right there. It's not a Bitcoin related issue. That's an asset that we can sell to have cash reserves again. To me, it's not the greatest. It's not the greatest strategy considering Bitcoin has that ability to appreciate well beyond any fiat strategy or any fiat scenario. That's just not happening. And this whole Doge thing is just, I won't even touch on it. But here's the interesting thing. this is what I really want to say out of all of this, is so that we've got someone as influential as Musk. We've got a company that's as well known and influential as Tesla. And they had a significant amount of holdings, and they still do. 25% is what, 10,000 Bitcoin or something like that. They still have something in and around that number. So still a significant amount, but they sold quite a bit, right? And look, where they sold it and what they did, I mean, that's fine, but the market is actually up. We were down around, we've been in around 20 to 22 and around there, probably mid 21,000s. And today we actually reached up to 24,000, I believe. Okay. So in this little green candle here is showing just this week of what it's been like. Okay. So it's been rough. There's no bones about it, but there isn't one single person who can influence Bitcoin to the point of going to zero, right? There's still that talk out there. Oh, there's going to be another leg down. I'll wait till it goes down to 3,000, 4,000. I'm going to go out on a limb. Not really a limb, but it's not hitting under 10,000. I don't even think it's going to hit 15,000, right? Definitely won't stay there. If it does, maybe just touch it and shoot back up. The network is strong. The fundamentals are strong. The people who want Bitcoin and would love to get it on the cheap, we're all waiting on the sidelines, ready. We're not even waiting on the sidelines, just dollar cost averaging. But scoop up even more should it go down into those ranges. So I found it very interesting, this whole Musk Tesla. And look, he'll come back tomorrow or next week or next quarter. They'll buy, $500 million worth of Bitcoin, and he'll be the talk of the town, and all the support to run for president and all that stuff, heroism that'll happen for him. And look, at the end of the day, do your own research. The winds will change person to person, company to company, depending on what's in their best interest. But you got to look at the big picture. What's the technology? What's the use case? And even more so, and there are people out there say that there's no inherent use case, and that's fine. If you don't do your research, you can always stick to those guns. But here's the thing. You got to look. What you got to think about is that we don't see the possibilities that are going to be there in 5 to 10 years. I mean, this space, in the crypto blockchain space, 6 to 12 months, probably even less than that, but let's say 6 to 12 months is like 3 to 5 years in regular tech space, right? And we all think the tech world runs pretty quickly. Blockchain technology goes even faster. And the incentive on top of that, which is crypto, is all part and parcel of that. Okay, so what's happening with NFTs, what's happening with tokens and currencies, cryptocurrencies, and all kinds of things out there, those will be ever evolving. Even Bitcoin itself, the amount of work that will be done on Bitcoin's network going forward, none of us can foresee that. So I want to kind of put that out there. So look, Musk is doing his thing. If you're one of those people that kind of sits down and thinks that I need to know what people are doing before I do them, you're always going to have a hard time, right? So for every side that is selling, there's a side that's buying. Which side are you going to pick? It's wherever your bias lies. So do your own research, do the homework, do the work, make your own conclusions, have convictions. Obviously, if things happen and you need to pivot, that's fine. Always be willing to change your mind with new information. But you got to have conviction in your own work, regardless of what anybody else says. So Tesla will do their thing, irrespective of what the crypto community wants. They're looking out for Tesla. Then that's just the nature of business, and that's fair play to them, right? Does not change my resolve one bit. And I hope for you guys get to that space as well, that no matter what single piece of article or media content you read, consume, watch, listen to, like a podcast, it's not going to change you because you have done the work yourself. So I hope that for everybody. So I just wanted to share this. I'm sure this is rampant news all across all outlets, including YouTube. And I thought I'd add my little opinion to that as well. So look, guys, remember, tomorrow never comes. take action, invest in yourself today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.